If you're on the $20 Claude Pro plan and you're constantly hitting your token usage limit, maybe you're thinking of upgrading to the $100 Max Claude plan. This might be the video that helps you save $960 in the next 12 months. Because even after upgrading to the Claude Max plan, I ended up still hitting my usage limit. So here's the promise. You'll have the full system for getting more out of your Claude plan without touching your plan. Imagine I hand you a book and ask you to memorize as much as you could. 200k token is about 2 full novels worth of memory, not 100 books, but 2. Okay, and the thing I didn't actually know until 2 months on the Max plan, there are 2 separate meters running at the same time. One is your 5-hour usage window. It resets every 5 hours. The other is your weekly cap. They're independent of each other. You can hit one without touching the other. If you never looked at the screen, go ahead and open it before you finish this video. You're spending a budget whether you can see it or not. And what was actually killing me on the Max plan? At first, it wasn't really obvious. I had to go looking for it. Every single message that you send in Claude, it rereads the entire conversation from the very top. Every one of them. That's how the architecture works. A developer, he ran an experiment, tracked his own chats across a full session, and over 98% of the tokens he burned were spent rereading old history. The second thing that kills you is context rot. Claude remembers the first thing and the last thing in a conversation pretty well. Where it gets messed up though is in the middle. It summarizes the entire body, it throws away the details, and you don't get to choose what stays. There's a study on this. At 250k tokens in a single chat, accuracy typically sits around 92%. And if you push that to 1 million, which some AI have now, it drops to 78%. Now that's not a problem that Claude has, it's every AI company deals with this. The third one is auto compaction. When your context it gets too full, Claude squeezes your whole conversation into a compressed summary. Say you're doing your laundry, folding clothes, and all of a sudden you remember you've got a plane to catch in an hour. Now you're panicking, throwing whatever you can grab into your bag, running for the door. That's what compacting feels like when it hits mid-task. Everything you were holding, it gets crammed into a little bag. In Claude, it picked what survives, not you. And right now in Cowork, there's no override for it. Before we get into the fixes, let me tell you about one of my buddies. He was trying to build out an AI system inside of Claude, and he kept texting me that he was hitting his usage limit in under an hour. I was like, there's no way. How are you burning through a weekly cap in an hour? Until I went in and I looked at his Cowork chats and I saw what he was doing. He was basically breaking every rule I'm about to walk you through. These first 3, he broke all 3, and any of you watching can apply them today. First thing, start a new chat when you finish a task. Not when it feels long. When the specific thing that you set out to do is done, most people keep one chat running all day because it feels like continuity, but it's really not. It's a token drain. So rule of thumb is 1 task, 1 chat. When it's done, you close it and you open a new one for the next thing. Second, switch to Sonnet for anything that isn't strategy. By default, Cowork, it lands you on Opus 4.7, and Opus is Anthropic's newest model. They're most capable, and also the one that burns the most tokens by a lot. For things such as drafting, editing, reviewing, executing any clear task, Sonnet gives you roughly 70 to 80% of what Opus would, at about half the token cost, sometimes even a third. So save Opus for planning. That's the only place it actually earns its rate. So third is Haiku for the low stakes stuff. Reading an article, auditing a script, double checking your own work. Most days I don't touch Haiku. It's there if you got something that Sonnet would honestly be overkill for. You can skip it entirely and you'll be fine. But if you know what it's good at, you'll burn fewer tokens on the easy stuff. Most people, they stop here and then wonder why they're still hitting their cap. Those 3 habits will get you further than you think, but they're the floor, not the ceiling. Level 2 is about what you feed Claude before the conversation even starts. Because by the time you're typing, you already made decisions that spent tokens that you didn't mean to spend. So first, convert your files to Markdown before you upload them. This was news to me when I started digging in. HTML, PDFs, Word docs, they carry a lot of formatting noise that Claude has to read through before it gets to your actual content. According to the numbers I pulled, the same content as raw HTML is about 90% more tokens than a Markdown. PDFs is 68% more, and a Word doc exported straight is about 33% more. If you convert this to Markdown and you cut that instantly, Markdown basically is just plain text. Next, keep your claude.md file under 200 lines. Every session Claude opens, it walks through this file first to figure out where everything is. If yours is 500 lines long, you're burning tokens on the catalog before Claude even gets to the shelves. Keep it lean. Third, Plan in the first 20%, then switch models. Let me ask you this. If I asked you to study a book while you were cooking dinner, you could probably do it in the first 5 minutes, right? But by minute 40, you're either burning the food or you're losing the book. Claude's the same. Your session is sharpest in the first 20%, and that's when you plan. Then you save the plan as a prompt, open up a new chat, and switch to Sonnet, and execute from there. You get Opus level strategy at Sonnet level cost for all the actual work. Think about the 3 models as a hierarchy, like a company. Opus is your strategist, the planner, the one carrying all the cognitive load. Sonnet is your operator, the executor. It goes and it does what you told it to do. Now, Haiku is your cheapest agent. They don't think much, but they don't need to. Use each one for what it's actually built for, and you stop overpaying for jobs your smartest model doesn't need to be doing. Now, level 3 is about building systems that don't waste tokens by design, which is actually where my buddy, the one from earlier, kept blowing up. He was building an AI video editor instead of Claude with 4 moving parts: the B-roll selection, the zoom triggers, text overlays, music sync. He tried to do all 4 of it in one chat, and he hit his limits fast. Number 1, he was keeping it all in one conversation. Number 2, he was running on Opus. And number 3, he did the same conversation, all 4 modules at once. He broke basically every rule inside of this video. So we rebuilt it. One chat for the B-roll logic, a new chat for the zooms, a new chat for the music, each module isolated in its own session, each one with its own focused instructions. His token budget, it effectively tripled overnight. He didn't need a plan upgrade, and nothing changed on his account, just the way he was approaching it. Second, the Opus to Sonnet handoff. Use Opus to strategize. When the plan is locked, ask Opus to compress into a dense prompt. You can hand it off to Sonnet in a brand new chat. Paste it in, switch models, let Sonnet run from there. Third, define the outcome before you open the chat. Before you type anything, write one sentence down somewhere. What does done actually look like for this session? You're just defining the finish line. Same way you break down any big goal. If your goal is make me $1 million, Claude can't really help you with that. There are a million paths, but write me a 500-word product description that covers these 3 features. That's executable. Give every chat a finish line, and the conversation stops wandering. I spent 3 months on the $100 max plan to figure all of this out. I didn't actually need it. The plan was fine. What I was missing was the system. You've got it now. And if you want to go deeper, I break down all of this down every single week inside of Art for my school community. Links in the description. Come hang out. See you in there.